All right, so today we will be looking into a few things that is very important from the best practices point of view. We'll be doing some something called a page object, something which is very frequently being asked in the interviews. So this basically is going to set you apart from anybody else who claims that they have Selenium knowledge, and if they have not done page objects, or if they don't know much about page objects, then it tells that they are more like an entry level or a mid-level guys, but with this particular topic is a little bit on the advanced side, so it will take some effort for you guys to for this particular topic to sink in, and for you guys to totally comprehend as what is happening. So let us get started. I'm going to do it a little bit slow, but then I will put together almost anything and everything that is needed for you to claim in the interview that you have some good grip over page objects. So there's a point in here, there's a question here, or there's a comment here like, do you provide the interview questions in a sample resume? Yeah, I will be sending you a sample resume. In fact, I'll be sending you about half a dozen, 6 sample resumes, and you can take a look, and then you can make one for yourself. Now, as far as the interview questions are concerned, I'll send you some, but the majority of the times the interview is going to revolve around this one big main question, and that question is when they look at your resume and they will go by the most recent project, so they will be asking you like, what have you done in the most recent project? So prepare yourself to talk about at least 6 to 8 minutes on what you have done in your previous project. Now, again, I don't want to take much of your time on this particular topic, but I want to draw your attention to the fact that this training was for 16 hours. So 16 hours, and if you convert that into minutes, 60 minutes in every hour, so 16 hours, that is 960 minutes, so close to 1,000 minutes you have learned whatever we have been doing. So let's say half of the time, if I was just like talking, not making much sense and all that, you still would have like 500 minutes that you would have gained something through this course. Even if you take away from the 500 like half of it, you still have 250 minutes. 250 minutes is almost like 4 hours. Take away from 4 hours like 3.5 hours. So at least half an hour you should have something to talk about. From 16 hours, I've brought it down to like half an hour. So do you have enough content that you can talk about in the interview for half an hour? I mean, if you say that, no, I don't, then I would say that, well, this is how you should be looking at. What you should be doing is, of course, go take a look into the course content that we have covered. We have been doing this right on from day one, and if you go back and then look into the course content, so these are the topics that you should be at least be bringing in the interview. You should be saying that okay, I've done quite extensive work in WebDriver, and we have created some frameworks. Now, I have not shown you RC Server particularly in this course, in this batch, March 2014, but that doesn't mean that we have not covered RC Server. We did cover RC Server in our previous batches, so you could always go back and then take a look at how it is done. So I should be able to talk about some RC Server, but try to focus on the WebDriver and just say things like what you have done in WebDriver. Now, majority of the topics I covered in here, but there are again some topics which we might not be able to do it as a part of the session, live session. But again, not trying to cut any corners here. You still would have the recording of that, so you could always go back and then watch the recording and then get to know from that. If any of the topics from here, if you find that you don't have the recording for that, let me know. And I will basically share with you the videos. Something went into my mouth. I don't know what. So I had to stop talking. Anyway, so basically, one of the most popular question in the interview that they would be asking you is, tell us what were you doing in the previous project. So that is the opportunity for you to shine. So basically, you will be bringing in all the projects that we have been working on all this time. Now, so we have created, sort of a framework wherein I have talked about how you could be using WebDriver to go and then do the automation by writing the scripts and be connected to different repositories. We have used JUnit, we have used TestNG, so you have seen how I have parameterized the script. So you can talk about those things. You can just mention that I am well versed in writing WebDriver code, and we have written a lot of WebDriver wherein we will go and parameterize our script. Hang on for a second. So let me just workspace. Don't know which one I was using, so I'm just gonna try. Anyway, so those are the topics. Again, today's class will also be one more opportunity for you to, make an or leave an impression in the interview. So basically, you can talk about today's topic as well, that you have been working on page objects. So let me complete this topic, and at the tail end of this session today, I'll talk a little bit more about what kind of questions and all that we should be talking about. So coming back to, let me just coming back to the topic of the page objects. I am all this time, if you recall, we have been working with some simple test cases, right? So those test cases were like a new account for screencast, and maybe the TrainingRite sign in and stuff like that. So it's this. You were not really being challenged, but at the same time, we learned quite a bit in terms of how we connect to do browser testing for multiple browsers, and we also looked into how we can be writing automation script wherein we are using arrays and we are using for loop, and we are connecting to databases, we are connecting to all that good stuff we have seen all along. All right. So today, what I am going to do is I intentionally would be taking you today to an application that I have designed long time back, and I thought, okay, this would be an opportunity to use that. Okay, this is something similar to Amazon.com or eBay.com, but no clutter. On Amazon or eBay, you'll find that there's a lot of advertisements, or the main focus is what you do is when you go to Amazon.com, if you go to eBay.com or wherever this e-commerce site is, basically you go and then do what? You do a search. So here I am, and don't go for about the, don't worry too much about the products in here. I had to have something in there, so I just put some cameras and TVs and all that, but it can be anything. So the main idea here is it's an e-commerce site, and it's a shopping cart site. So what if you have been asked to do a testing for a site something similar to this? So let's go over the site first, and let's have some idea of what we are doing it, and then eventually for the next 2 hours we will be continuously going in there and try to build as complete of a framework as we can. So Just give me a second. Somebody might have not received their link. So 1 second. Sorry about that. I apologize. Okay, so coming back, majority of the time you're going to go in here and then do a search. So let's say I'm going to be doing a search on one of the products in here. Let's say the product is Canon. I don't know, maybe Canon camera. Right. So I'm searching for Canon, and I don't even want to say camera. Let's say just the Canon products. So if I go ahead and then do a search. It is going to give me, in my case, I want to, keep the sanity, so I have like 3 of them. There could be 300, right? So you can go ahead and then you can do your own research as which one you want to buy, and eventually what you want to do here is you want to go ahead and then you want to add to cart. So let me just bring this thing up and then see what we are doing here. So the first thing that we do here is I am looking for, I have to check the functionality of this site. So my test case is to test the shopping cart functionality, right? So that's what we are testing. So part of that shopping cart testing, shopping cart functionality testing is looking into if my search is working or not. So my first thing is my search functionality, if that is functional. So I would be passing different sets of data to this page. So this was the first page. Now I can pass like another set of data, right? And then I see that, okay, I have so it is working. Now I can go back, and then this time I will do another thing I'm looking for. Okay, that's working. So my search is working. So I have to automate where I have to check the search functionality. And after you do the search, then the next thing is, what do you want to do? The next thing is you want to test the add to cart functionality, right? So add to cart behavior or functionality that you have to test. Now, notice as we are going from page to page. In the previous one, we were all the time, we were doing something like, doing this, wherein we will come and then we will enter this information. So there was only one page. Or for that matter, we were going in here and then we were entering something in here. So that was again a one page, right? So here we have your test case is spanning into multiple pages. So this is the second page. I'm not going to worry too much about what number of page it is, whether it's second or third or whatever, but it's a different page. So the complete functionality is divided into multiple pages. So search functionality is on one page. Add to cart functionality is like on another page. So add to cart. So let's say if I'm going and adding this, this is the regular price of that is $785, and it is on sale at $701. So I want to buy this TV. So I just click on that. And when you do that, basically it is telling you that okay, so it is $701, and there is a further online discount you're going to get on this one, which is $101.25. So the final cost is $599. Now I kind of like get greedy because I see that, okay, this is an excellent sale. I want to buy like 2, so, or maybe 3 for my whole family. I'm going to get one for me, one for my daughter, one for my son, one for my whatever, right? I mean, nobody does that. But let's say the idea here is if you want to go ahead and then modify the cart. So the third one here is to check the functionality where I can go and do what? Modify the cart, right? So that functionality I have to check. So manually, if I go in here and if I do 3, right? And if I recalculate order, right? So if I recalculate, so 3 times 701 is 2,103, and then I still get the discount, so I'm getting it for 199. All right, so so the modify cart is working. So I can, at this time, I can go ahead and then in my shopping cart, I have this item sitting in my shopping cart. I can still go ahead, register more products. So I come in here and so I bought the TV, right? So let's say somebody told me that Canon cameras are good. So I want to go and then add this camera to it, right? So 3 TVs, 1 camera. So, and I would say that, okay, let me take 2 cameras, right? So I recalculate order. So 200. So I have a big sale here. Okay, so all this many items. So the idea here is the search functionality working? Yes, it is working. Add to cart, is it working? Yeah. If I add 1, is it showing me 1? Yeah, but that's how you add to cart. But then you can modify it.